and welcome to another Problem Solving with Google Analytics. This is Peter Messmer, Director of Growth here at Ad Shoppers, and today I want to talk about answering the question, what do I do with my low converting or low performing traffic sources, and how do I make the most of those and turn those into channels that actually drive significant revenue for my brand? And I'm going to start out by introducing you to a newer Google Analytics report called the Session Quality Report. So if you go into Google Analytics, over on the left, go into the audience navigation and then behavior. And then at the bottom of that list, there might be a session quality report. And the reason I say might is because this is currently a beta report and it's only enabled for Google Analytics accounts that track over 1,000 e-commerce transactions a month. So if that's available for you, great. You can pull up GA, pull up that report and follow along here as we go through. But this is what this report is. So it basically grades every single session that you have on your site for the quality. And what they mean by quality is essentially how likely is this person going to convert? How close does it look like they are to ending up making a transaction? So they factor in things like engagement, time on site, bounce rate, number of pages looked at, and a bunch of other data points that they're tracking on the back end. And when you first pull up this report, the first thing that you want to do is basically identify what's your threshold to where the minimum session quality where people start buying. So in this example, you'll see they break it down into 5 different buckets of session qualities. And what you see here is basically any session quality that's below 5, so the top 2 rows here, the 1 and the 2 through 5, are basically not valuable sessions at all. There's only 156 transactions in this example, very low percentage of their overall transactions, but once that session quality hits at least 6, so we'll go down 1, the number of transactions jumps up dramatically. So in this example, 6 is the minimum session quality threshold that we want to look at. So any traffic source that has a session quality of at least 6 is worth focusing on. And then again, going down, once you get to at least 21 session quality, the sessions with transactions jumps up dramatically again. And so this tells us that anything that's at least 21 should be a priority and not just something that we focus on. So this is the first step in this process. Open up your session quality report, look at the table at the top and figure out what's the minimum threshold for session qualities that you need to be focusing on. And then once you're done there and you figured that out, scroll down, and what I'm looking at here is the different source mediums. So click on source medium. I have this filtered to remove insignificant traffic sources, so anything less than 40 sessions is excluded here using an advanced filter. And this is showing, I have it sorted by the highest average session quality, high to low. And you'll see here, so basically these are the top performing traffic sources. So this is a client that is up and running with Ad Shoppers, and we have many different campaigns that are converting well that we've had success with. So you'll see there's a lot of Ad Shoppers in here in the top 10 sources by session quality. You'll also notice PayPal shows up here at the very top. Obviously, this is a bit of a false positive here because these are just people returning from PayPal after they've already paid. So, of course, the session quality ends up being tracked as really high. And then you'll see some of the other traffic sources in here that perform really well. So now we know what sources work really well. So these are our go-to channels. These are the things that we want to focus on and really prioritize. So this is part 2, and then part 3 is going to be identifying which sessions or which sources drive a lot of sessions, but they don't convert well at all, and the session quality tends to be very low. So in this window, I have the exact same thing pulled up, but instead I'm sorting by session quality low to high. So this identifies all of the traffic sources that really don't perform very well, they don't convert very well. You'll see the e-commerce conversion rates here are very low. And obviously the session qualities here are well below average. So what you would want to do, thinking and putting your marketing and your optimization hat on, is how can you launch campaigns that target these specific traffic sources and get those visitors that are coming in from those low quality sources to interact with the campaigns that are driving a much higher session quality. So for example, if we switch back to the first report here, you may want to engage these visitors coming from the low performing channels with maybe an ad shopper's social rewards campaign, or an on-site campaign using the shopper portal or something like that. You'll see the retargeting shows up here. So it's going to be really important to retarget these visitors and bring them back, back to the site after they've left. So that's basically this report in a nutshell. Again, this is the session quality, and this shows you it gives you a number to grade each of your traffic sources from 1 to 100, higher being better. And from there, you can really pick and choose which sources convert really well and which sources don't. And obviously, the key takeaway is to think about how can you funnel your low converting sources into high value, high session quality sources. So that's it for our this week's problem solving with Google Analytics. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the next one, and if you're interested in diving into your Google Analytics data with us and having our team dive into your Google Analytics account and pull out between 3 to 5 or even more nuggets that you can take action on to increase revenue, get in touch with us. Just go to adshoppers.com, and there will be a button where you can get in touch with our team. And that is all for this week. Thanks for watching.